Ba 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 ma 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 ba 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 ba. Okay. Oh my God, we are back with another episode of the Punch It Chewie podcast. Welcome back, everybody. You're welcome, by the way.
I'm sorry if we blew your eardrums out.
No, I'm not. We have to shout it to the world that
Mando's back.
Mando's back. Yes, Mando is back. Oh my God.
Can you tell we're excited?
I think maybe
I
maybe
can't
it's
tell at all.
you can't tell. No.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I mean, the show's mid. No.
No.
Dude, I can't believe they started with like a filler episode.
Dude, filler episode? Really? You're starting with a filler?
My
Come on.
God.
Do better, Disney. No.
Don't take this out of context.
That was the best. I think that's one of my favorite episodes of Star Wars in general.
Yeah.
And it's only the first episode of the new season.
Yeah.
It had like everything.
It was
had,
so good. It checked all the boxes.
It checked all the boxes. It was absolutely amazing. And not only that, so we stayed up till midnight to watch the new episode of Mando. And right after we watched The Bad Batch, the new episode, I don't remember what number it is. Huh?
I can't remember.
10?
10?
Yeah, I know. We went to bed at like 2:30.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was late. It was a late night for us, but fucking worth it.
I mean, we wouldn't have it any other way.
I
Yeah.
probably did some errors today at work because I was doing.
Were you watching it at work?
Yeah.
Like, Silva, you did this backwards. Is everything okay?
Yeah, right? It was like.
Yeah. I mean, but okay, so Mando was amazing, and Bad Batch was amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible episode.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
And to
episode.
follow Mando was like kind of a hard feat, you know?
Yeah.
Like the hype has been so real for Mando, but
exactly.
it was just as good.
It was, I would say, definitely like live action Star Wars, and then animated Star Wars met right here last night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So, but yeah. Oh my God. Before we get into that, I guess let's open the show.
Yeah.
Did you have a clip? Or do I have a clip?
I think you had one.
Mine's like a minute, but I think it's the only one I have.
Do we have anything related to Mando?
No.
No, or Bad Batch?
Go to my
Bella might have something.
my folder.
Oh my God. Do you have anything?
Not anything that's
Let's just go to mine. I know it's not Mando, but it's worth it.
Okay.
okay. Let's see what Silva picked.
All right, but yeah, guys. So we have a fun episode planned for you today. We're definitely diving into Mando, diving into Bad Batch. We got some fun clips, some fun topics, a lot of good stuff. But let's go ahead and open up the show.
This atrocity.
Here we go.
I'm scared, honestly. We haven't opened up with
with a Silva clip.
With a Silva clip.
Be
it's
scared.
loading because
Oh, because
that's how it is here.
that's how it is here.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, we had to cut that out, but but I do have a clip, and it has to do with
Oh my God.
this is why we don't.
There's
open.
dark humor, and then there's whatever humor Silva has. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, let's go with that. But here's a good one I found a little while ago, and just enjoy.
The other day I noticed if you watch all the Star Wars movies back to back in order and really pay close attention, you're a friggin' loser.
Bruh.
Well, I guess that makes me a loser, and I'm proud of it.
Yes, I love that energy.
We're fine. We're all fine.
This is the
here.
way.
No, thank you. How are you?
This is the way. I was just staying up till 2:30 last night.
Yeah.
Watching the new Mando and new Bad
You
Batch.
think I'm obsessed? What do you mean obsessed? This is just my entire life.
Yeah. So yeah, for those of you listening, he flips him off at the end.
Yeah. He's in his X-Wing pilot cosplay in his room of collectibles.
Yeah. So
And
it's
he's
like,
just unapologetically being himself.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see it.
exactly because fuck that guy.
Fuck the haters.
Fuck the haters. Again, we're never opening with another Silva clip.
Okay.
No, you've lost your privileges.
You've lost show opening privileges.
You don't know. You don't want to play the other thing.
Oh, here we
The other-
go.
Is it?
Was that one?
It's even worse.
Oh
It's even
my
worse.
God.
It's even worse.
I don't think we. I'm not gonna take the chance.
I was gonna
Nothing's
say it's
safe.
A&A vibes, but it's
Yeah,
God.
that's really bad. Then
bad.
it's really bad. Then. All right, everybody. Let's dive into. What do you want to talk about first? Bad Batch, Mando.
Maybe let's talk about Bad Batch first because we're gonna have less to say about it. Mando, we could go off
okay.
on a lot of tangents.
Except
All right.
for Star Killer confirmed.
What?
Oh
my God! Just
Yes.
we'll get to that point. We'll see what he has to say about that.
Okay.
Look at
Interesting, but okay.
All right, Bad Batch was amazing. I was almost 100% convinced that we were gonna see a xenomorph.
Oh my God, yeah.
I was like, oh my God, they own it now,
Yeah, they own both
and
franchises.
this is literally what's going on. I was like, are they gonna do it? Are they gonna do it?
Yeah.
Obviously they didn't, but that's fine. I don't care. But I was like, no way. I really loved the vibe immediately as soon as the episode started. That like, well, in the beginning I thought it was Death Troopers.
Yeah, that was my initial thought
Yeah,
too.
in
I was
the
like,
Yeah,
what?
because it's like a derelict, not Star Destroyer, but like a big freighter,
Yeah.
Type ship, and this is now Imperial era, when the virus, when they were testing that
Yeah.
virus, when that book takes place.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, no way. It's like, no way. What's going on? And then I saw like the claw marks on the walls, and I was like, is it? This is gonna be Alien? Are we doing this now? But I loved it. I absolutely loved like that. Like they tapped into that like horror side
I
of
love when Star Wars goes horror.
Yeah,
And like it's not gore. It's just like suspenseful and scary. I love
Yeah.
when they do that.
yeah. No, yeah. It's honestly the best, and I wish they would just jump into that horror
Like
genre.
give us a rated R
Like give us
Star
a
Wars
rated
movie.
R. It doesn't even need to be rated R, but like give us Death Troopers.
Yeah.
That's like it's the easiest thing you could do right there,
Yeah.
and everyone would love it. EU fans would love it. Canon fans would love it.
So just
Like-
to clarify, in the EU they're called Death Troopers.
Oh yes.
But then in Rogue One, they made
made the-
other troopers
Death
Death
Troopers.
Troopers, the black armor
Yeah.
when they go and like
It's like the
Oh my God.
SEAL Team 6 of the
Yeah,
Empire,
yeah. So technically, the ones you're talking about are now called
undead
undead troopers.
Yeah.
So zombie stormtroopers.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. For those of you that have no idea what I'm talking
Yeah,
about,
the what?
they're zombie stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And pretty much this is not...
Yeah, Silva.
Oh, yeah, he's over here like, what? Aren't they in
It is
Rogue One?
confusing.
I
It
know,
is
yeah.
confusing.
I guess it helps that we have
A
Silva
Silva, yeah.
as the producer, because
I
then...
was like,
Yeah.
So I was like
Because like,
nodding his head.
then I
what?
could...
Just-
Because we're like super into it.
I know what you're talking
I
about, but
I
yeah.
officially turned to the penguins of Madagascar. Just not it, boy.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Act like you know what he's saying.
Yeah. So for the listeners that are not as into all of the EU stuff and like all the books and all the
Yeah.
extra Star Wars stuff that's out or that's been out or older, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the book, pretty much what happens is during the Empire, I think it's like 5 or it's like right before episode 4 that the Empire, and I'm pretty sure it's requested by Vader himself, where they are testing this virus that creates pretty much undead.
Yeah.
Like it's like a zombie virus.
Playing God.
And it gets out, and long story short, the ship gets overrun, and I haven't read it in so long, but it's like a prison ship.
Okay.
It's like a prison ship, and so the inmates get it, and like there's these two brothers, Han and Chewie are in it. Like they're
really?
in the prison ship. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they were on the ship.
They just so happen to be on the
more bad luck
in prison.
What's new?
I'm sorry, I'm butchering this, but there were like two ships. There was like a Star Destroyer and then the prison ship, and I'm pretty sure they were testing the virus on the Star Destroyer, and the prison ship finds the Star Destroyer just like floating in space, and no one's responding in anything. So because the prison ship is it's like Imperial, they like docked to see what was going on, because I think they needed help too or something, like something
like a
was
distress
going on.
call.
But they go on to the Star Destroyer, and it's overrun by these undead,
That's crazy.
these death troopers, you know what I mean? So, and it's like a badass, this is like at the height of like that zombie wave of pop culture.
Okay, so like Walking Dead.
Yeah, like at that time, like when
Plants
that was
vs.
coming
Zombies.
out, not just that, but like yeah, pretty much.
Like everything is zombies.
Like that, it was like when like Shaun of the Dead came out, and like everything, everyone was
Zombieland.
making Zombieland.
Yeah.
It was like when it was the biggest it was, like in the early 2000s. So Lucasfilm was like,
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So
Take
they
a
did,
crack
and
at
they
it.
fucking killed it. And I'm explaining this way too much, but the bottom line is it was very similar to what was happening.
The setting.
The setting was
The
very
setup,
similar.
the tone.
So I was
yeah.
like, oh my God, is this about to happen?
Zombies.
But it didn't, which is fine. It doesn't mean it won't happen, but hopefully soon.
Maybe they were hinting at it.
I mean, if they're doing Marvel zombies,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
they don't feel weird out playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
they could
exactly.
definitely do it. Like
I think they
one
could definitely
day.
do it.
Yeah.
I think that we won't start getting stuff like that until Star Wars is finally at a place like where Marvel is.
Yeah.
Where they know what
Like
they're
a
doing.
well-oiled machine.
A well-oiled machine. They know what they're doing, and they can go, fuck it, let's do like a side story that's not connected to anything
Like,
that
just
we
for
have
fun.
right now. It's just exactly.
Yeah.
It's to further enrich the galaxy of Star Wars, and and not only that, like I was saying, like Legends fans would love it. EU fans would be fucking here for it.
Yeah.
And it would bring in a completely other side, fans from another genre, which would be like the horror genre.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
if I was a horror fan but wasn't really like into Star Wars that much, but I saw there was going to be like a Star Wars horror movie
Yeah. I'd be
or a
like,
show,
"What?" Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, I want to.
It's also cool because it's like a huge part of horror is sci-fi horror.
That's
So
my
it's
favorite
like-
kind of horror.
Yeah, so it's like it fits very
fits
well.
very
It doesn't
well.
feel forced or like it just makes sense. Like
Exactly.
Alien,
That's
like
fucking-
that is sci-fi
We
horror.
should watch it tonight. Just saying.
Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah, exactly. So, more to the point of this episode, that feel of like that the
Uncertainty. Or
the
something.
uncertainty, the suspense. You know what? I love that, especially
Super
when
dark, like you can't really see, and
Exactly.
you're like hearing these little noises behind you, and you don't know.
And
what
it was
is.
a Republic Commando.
Yeah, that
Like,
was
I
cool.
was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So that was really cool, and then all of that to lead up to it being a Zillo beast.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming at all.
No.
Like at
No.
all, completely.
And that episode came out what, like
That was like season
10 years ago?
5, more than 10 years ago, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Is
For
that
them
season?
to continue a story. I'm so glad they did. I just think it's crazy that like
Yeah.
how much time has passed
Let's
since
see.
that episode came out.
I'll look up what episode it was, but I'm pretty sure it was either season 4 or 5.
So the Zillo Beast, for those of you that don't know, is essentially the Star Wars Godzilla.
Yeah.
And he's introduced in the Clone Wars.
They're from Malastare. That's like their home planet.
So there's only.
You don't need to show this.
Okay.
I'm just looking.
There's only one left at this point, I believe.
No way. It aired on April 3rd, 2010.
So 13 years ago.
13 years ago. Well,
Dang.
this is the episode where they introduce it, but it's like 2 episodes later where like the end of that arc.
Okay.
So it's around the same time. So it's
Okay.
definitely 2010.
Yeah,
April
2010.
2010, you know. But my God, that's one of my favorite like arcs and
Yeah,
episodes
it's so
because
cool.
because I'm a huge Godzilla fan.
Yeah.
I love kaiju. Like there's been a surge in like giant monsters in Star Wars, like in the past like few shows
Yeah.
and stuff. So I'm like fucking here for it.
We got Rancors, we got Zillobees.
We got Zillo Beast. We got that giant mech.
Crate dragons.
We
Yeah.
got crate dragons. We got that giant mech that was in Bad Batch a few
Yeah,
episodes
yeah.
ago, that we still have no answers of. But people are saying it's the beings we see in First Order,
Yeah.
or sorry, Fallen
Fallen
Order.
Order.
So yeah, I'm here for kaiju / giant monsters in Star Wars.
It's just so cool.
And this was one of the best arcs, and like in my opinion, like I love this arc, and we never got like it pretty much ends with Palpatine ordering it to be killed, but then also ordering like I can't remember the exact line or whatever, but pretty much it alludes to him wanting to clone it.
Yeah,
After
he
they
like
kill it.
he wants to harvest its DNA because its scales are resistant
To lightsabers.
to lightsabers.
Yeah, like naturally.
So he wants to weaponize this creature.
Yeah, either weaponize this
Yeah.
creature or use it to clone himself.
That
With-
he was
Well, look,
insane.
there's
Insane.
a pattern. There's a pattern, right?
Yeah. He's a mad
The
scientist.
end game here is Palpatine always wanted to clone himself to pretty much achieve immortality.
Yeah.
Right? Wanted to achieve immortality. So then who have we seen that he wants like their DNA for cloning?
Grogu.
Grogu, who lives 1,000 fucking years.
Yeah.
And the Zillo Beast that is resistant to lightsabers.
Yeah. This is just
So I'm sure he was
He's
trying
insane.
to. I mean,
He's
was.
trying to Frankenstein a body.
Yeah, he's trying to
Yeah.
Frankenstein a body for himself that can live up to fucking 1,000 years.
Be impervious to
can
lightsabers.
be impervious to lightsabers. Like he's trying to create this crazy thing that, at the end of the day, doesn't happen because we see him in episode 9 and how
dude, he looks
was just like
horrendous.
shriveled up.
Like-
You know what I mean?
Pal's trying to be a sliver.
He looks like
Getting all the
chocolate.
cameras.
Maybe that's why he was like falling apart too, because he was like trying to mix all these different.
Yeah, he was trying to
things.
do way too many things
You know what I mean?
at once. Like, just get some Botox, call it a day, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Force Botox.
Yeah.
Force Botox.
But I still loved it. I love that. I mean, not the Republic, the Empire got there immediately, like
Yeah.
as it like.
They were like, oh,
Gets out?
like, yeah.
So pretty much the ship crash lands on this planet, and then the Bad Batch go in, and they're like looking around, and then it attacks them when it's still like a baby.
Mm-hmm.
But as it pretty much as it's eating energy, it like eats like electricity and energy,
Just like
As it
Godzilla.
Gross.
just like Godzilla. Yeah, as it's doing that, it multiplies in
And
size
mutates.
and mutates pretty much. So once we see it starting to do that, it starts getting bigger, and then before we know it, it's a full-grown Zillo Beast.
Yeah.
And as soon as that happens, there's like 4 Star Destroyers, like Venators, that
Yeah.
come into.
They're like, oh,
the
we got to
into
clean
orbit.
this up.
Yeah, they like come out of hyperspace, and we immediately see like the V-wings come out and these other ships. So that was really cool seeing like how crazy quick they responded,
How important it
how
is to
important
Palpatine.
it is,
Yeah.
and not only that,
yeah.
they capture the Zillo Beast, and then
Well, they had this
send-
like crazy ray gun.
Oh yeah, they had like a maser cannon
Yeah.
from Godzilla. Like those are like the they're called maser tanks. They're their own thing that they made up, but it's kind of like one of the only things that kind of not
Like
kills
sedates
Godzilla,
them.
but like it kind of works, so they use it.
Yeah.
So that's what it kind of looked like in this last episode. It looked like a version of that, but in this, obviously the Zillo Beast is not as powerful as Godzilla. So it worked on him, and it was just kind of like put him to sleep, and then they like picked it up with his giant like crane.
That was oh my god, I loved how like classic UFO it was. Like the shot of like the ship going over, opening up this big circle of light, and then like this like I don't know, it was just very like
and
cool.
And more to that point, like that whole time before we even know it's a Zillo Beast, when it's like they approach this crash landed ship in the forest of this unknown planet that's next to a town or like a city, and the whole episode is feeling like a Predator movie where it's where it's like there's something here and we don't know what it is. It's like, or like an Alien movie where it's like there's
like something's off.
Something's
but we don't know
off.
why.
Exactly.
Why is everyone dead, or why is no one responding?
Exactly. And if they don't respond quick, whatever's in there, whatever caused that, is going to start attacking the town.
Exactly.
Which is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
It had a lot of classic sci-fi movie, alien movie tropes.
It was really cool.
That I really loved about it.
Yeah.
And then, so after they take the Zillo Beast, we see the troopers come in and pretty much wrangle everyone in the city up.
Yeah.
And let me just say, it's kind of sad seeing a member of Delta Squad be a part of that shit.
That's what everyone's been saying. They're like, it was so cool seeing them, but I don't
But he's doing
like this.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I'm like, show me more of the of Delta Squad,
Yeah,
and then
and then oh,
they're like rounding up citizens. And
I
I'm
don't
like
this. Was that?
That was Scorch.
No, but was that? How do I word this? Them trying to get them to safety, or was that all of these
No.
people are gonna die because no one can know about the Zillo Beast?
You know how like the Men in Black have the thing that erases memory? The Empire has something that erases people. So I don't think,
that's what I thought, but I was like, I'm not gonna assume.
that's what I got out of it. That didn't look like, hey, we're taking
gonna
you to
relocate
safety.
you.
That was like, you saw something you weren't supposed to,
Well,
so now that's the last thing you see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's unfortunate.
Which isn't. That's why I was like, oh, it's so cool seeing Scorch, but
Yeah.
damn,
Yeah.
like that. That's rough to see them like
did
that.
him dirty, or it was necessary sacrifice?
What do you mean?
They did him dirty by just eating him like that, or what?
Eating who?
No, forget it. I lost my train of thought.
That's okay.
Sorry.
When it comes back to you, let me know.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. I absolutely love the episode, and then, like, they have the Kaminoan cloner in custody, and they're trying to get her to,
That's crazy.
And she's like, "Why would I help you after you destroyed my entire civilization?"
Yeah.
And
like,
then
I'm the last
freaking
one.
Lama Su, the freaking prime minister is like,
Motherfucker.
it's like, don't worry, I'll help you.
Yeah, you want the kid.
You want
That's
the kid.
secret.
Mother fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
snitch.
yeah. Traitor.
Fake ass bitch.
Big ass.
Noodle head ass.
Black ass.
Ugly ass.
Q-tip looking ass. Oh my god. But I mean, it was an awesome episode. I cannot wait to see what comes of this. Like,
Yeah,
we're
we're finally kind of coming back to the main plot line of.
I mean, we were away from it for an episode, but
Yeah.
it was because we got the 2 episodes, then we got that. Oh no, we got 2 episodes of the mine thing, and then we got this. Either way, it's been fun.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It was especially good because we're back to the Kaminoan storyline and like the cloning and the, Palpatine's master play.
Yeah.
They're putting finally a nail in the coffin. Like, they're tired of Sid's shit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
completely tired of it. It's like,
You're right.
It's almost like a foreshadow for the viewers. It's like, yeah, this is the last shit we're gonna do with her.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah,
don't be surprised if we just
she's
ditch her.
sus.
Yeah. They're like,
Realizing
They're
that
realizing.
they need to separate themselves from her because it's not gonna end well.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Sid. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with all this cloning stuff because it's also very relevant to the Mandalorian. Because in the Mandalorian, this is still a big issue.
Oh yeah.
Like in season 2, that's a big part of like the storyline is they find that Imperial base on Navarro.
Yeah.
And there's cloning tubes and there's weird deformed clones of Palpatine that probably have Zillo Beast DNA, Grogu DNA. You know what I mean? That's probably why they're all gross and deformed.
Well, and the thing too is with Palpatine is like, obviously he wants to use. He uses the Zillo Beast DNA and he uses Grogu's DNA because of the properties or whatever, right? But like, does he really think he can mix a human genetic makeup with a dragon genetic makeup with a frog genetic makeup?
I think he thinks he can do whatever he wants, and he's also not the one trying to do it.
I guess, but I'm just like, even if it did work, what would he look like?
I don't think he cares what he
A
looks like.
human with Yoda ears and a dragon scales?
Yeah, and if he did, he'd be the most badass fucking Sith.
You
that
should
has
draw
ever
it. You
lived.
should do like a
I don't know what I would draw.
concept art.
I don't know how to draw.
No. Yeah. I think he's not like vain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just like
He's
just insane though. Like it's
like that's the point.
yeah. Like
He's crazy.
even if it did work, would you even be sentient? Like would you even know you were alive?
Yeah, because his essence is entering an empty vessel.
I guess.
That's the point. But the reason there were so many attempts and so many failed is because his essence could only be held by his original body. Because it was his original body. I mean, even then it was falling apart.
Yeah, like
but
the force
then,
corruption.
Then once you start making clones of yourself,
it's like a watered down version.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's exactly why he wants Grogu's DNA. That's exactly why he wants I mean, we don't know exactly if that's why he wants the Zillo Beast DNA. I'm just assuming. That's what makes sense to me. Because why else would you want that ability of repelling lightsabers?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He wants a sort of, and I'm sure he learned from Darth Bane, because Darth Bane had the orbalisks stuck to his body. Then that was like an infestation. They were like symbiotic, or like they would eat the Force, the dark side of the Force, through him, and like he couldn't take them off.
Ew, like a
And
leech?
They were like leeches, but they would spread throughout time, and to a point where they covered his entire body. So he was completely 100%.
The thing is, the Sith will go.
Well,
like,
he didn't do it on
they would go
purpose.
to. Oh, okay.
He didn't do it on
It's like,
purpose.
dude, just accept that you're gonna die and move on. Like Jesus Christ.
No, yeah, but I mean, it is still very gross the shit they will do, because they don't care what they need to do.
They're like, I want to live forever, but I'm gonna be super ugly and super uncomfortable, and like, there's no point in living if you're like, just a worm.
And with Palpatine, it got
or strawberry ice cream.
Exactly, strawberry ice cream.
Look, Vader was probably the most fucked up physically.
Yeah.
But he was still probably the most beautiful.
Yeah, like if we're comparing it
like
to leech-infested body and chocolate,
and
Palpatine. Yeah, like
shriveled ass.
Yeah.
Exactly that,
like,
or I mean, if you know who Darth Sion is, like that guy was literally just falling apart.
Really.
Nihilus was just like a void.
Yeah, he was the absence of existence.
So yeah. What was I saying? But yeah, Bane didn't choose that.
Okay.
Pretty much what happened was he was looking for this holocron, like a Sith holocron, and it was in like the tomb of an ancient Sith, and it was sealed, and he had to like pretty much remove a fucking stone, like a giant stone brick, with the Force to get in, and he had to like crawl in, and when he got in there, and he approached the holocron, he looks up at the ceiling because he notices that the ceiling is moving.
Oh, like scarabs?
Literally exactly what they are. It's exactly what they are.
That's cool.
Yeah, so as soon as he grabs it, he's
gross?
like, oh shit.
He's like, ah.
And he starts
made
running
an
away,
oopsie.
but they like pounced
Yeah.
at him, and he was able to get away from pretty much all of them. He was like swiping at them with his lightsaber.
Yeah,
they
but there's
wouldn't
like
die.
thousands of them.
And there was a bunch of them, and they were just like bouncing off, and then one of them just went like attached to his chest, and they like sink their teeth in you, and you can't take them off, because if you take them off, it's kind of like a face hugger, where if you try to take it off, you die with it.
Oh god.
They like unleash like a poison in you, and he had it
Was
like
it
right
worth
over
it,
his
whatever
heart.
he got?
Yeah, because that had
So
I
he
think
turned
it,
into Iron Man.
I think it was the holocron of Naga Sadao, if I remember correctly, which had like a bunch of stuff that he wanted to learn from. I have a feeling that that's the one that teaches him how to make a Sith holocron. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
But there were a
So
lot
it
of
was worth
secrets.
it.
Like that was the only way. Yeah, it was worth it. And so at first he was like, it's not a big deal because it was one, and then they started.
It's my friend.
Started duplicating, and to the point where he had to create this mask made out of this special material that he had to wear during his sleep so that they wouldn't grow onto his face. It's gnarly. It's gnarly. But
don't like
what I'm
that one
saying
bit.
is that's what I feel like Palpatine is going for, or was going for.
Okay.
So he turns into Iron Man with sleep apnea.
Yeah, pretty much.
He puts on his mask.
Pretty much. At least it's a cool mask.
Yeah.
But instead of having orbalisks completely covering your body and killing you slowly,
Yeah.
it was like it would have been his skin. You know, it would have been part of his body.
Yeah.
You know? So the man has a vision.
I'll give him that.
Give him that.
But like
it's
I didn't
gross.
think Palpatine could get uglier. So what if Palpatine looked like tall Yoda?
Oh
Like
my
he's got the
gosh.
torso and head
Oh my god.
of Yoda,
Like-
and then he's got human legs, and then he's got the dragon scales and the tail.
Tall Yoda.
Tall Yoda.
That looks so horrible.
That's what he'd look like.
Let me see. I'll wait for it.
Tall Yoda.
That shit.
Just give him more
No.
reptilian,
I'll be
like-
short.
like less amphibian, more reptilian, and then give him a tail.
There we go. Tall Yoda.
Give him a tail and dragon scales. Dude, like a mohawk, like a dragon scale mohawk.
A dragon scale mohawk on
Are you
this?
seeing it? Yeah. Are you seeing the vision? Like the Zillo Beast has like a, what do they call that? Not a dorsal fin, but like,
I don't think it does.
no?
No. It's like
Well, it
it's like
had
a
it on
brown
his
head.
back,
He has a arm on his back.
but he had like big scales on his back, like big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to see it again. I mean, yeah, that's probably what
So-
he's going for. Tall Yoda.
So, if Palpatine's vision came to life, that's what he would have looked like.
Exactly what he would look like.
Tall Yoda.
Tall Yoda. This. You know how many people just tuned out? They were like, why do I listen to this?
I'm a genius. I ask the questions that no
Why do I
one is
listen to these
willing to
people?
ask,
Yeah. No. You.
and
you do.
you're just a hater.
I'm not a hater. I'm just saying.
You just said everyone
Some
tuned
people-
out.
Some. This is both of our stupidity. What do you mean? This isn't just on you.
It makes sense.
It does, and they agree with you. They've already sent in their emails and
Yeah, they're like, oh my god, I've been thinking this for years.
yo, that's exactly what he wanted. All right. Anyway, who knows what Palpatine fucking wants? Let's move on to Mando season 3.
Do it.
But yeah, to close out, Bad Batch was awesome. Go watch it. I mean, you probably already did. But, yeah. All right, Mando season 3, fucking hell of a start.
Yeah, they got right into it.
They got right into it. We were about to place money that she was making a helmet for little Grogu.
Oh my god, I really thought.
But I feel like we're gonna get that, but
Eventually,
not immediately.
Yeah.
So within the first 5 minutes of the episode, we get a giant monster.
Yep.
Giant crocodile
Kaiju.
turtle.
Kaiju.
So
It's like a dragon turtle.
yeah, like a dragon turtle,
Yeah.
kind of. I was living my best life.
Like, I'm so sorry for the Mandalorians, but this is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first Mandalorian that just gets moonched, I was like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Oh yeah.
Poor guy. He didn't
Ooh.
even know.
They did that famous audio squeak.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. That was awesome.
Okay.
And then
Rewind really quick.
uh-huh.
It was really cool to see the induction of a new Mandalorian
Oh,
into
yeah.
the. Is that the cult or
yeah,
no?
it's
Yeah?
the something watch. It's not Death Watch. It's like the Children of the Watch.
Children
of the Watch.
Oh.
That is, they're like a detachment, or like they come from Death Watch, pretty much.
Okay.
And a lot of theories say that the armorer could even be one of the members of Death Watch that was part of Maul's
Oh,
faction
really?
of Death Watch, because she has the horns.
I haven't heard that, but that makes sense.
It would make sense. I
Okay.
would love that.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the girl that's with there. You remember there's like the top 2 ranked Mandos with Maul.
Yeah.
There's like the guy that has like the really sick armor with the horns, and then there's a girl. I forget her name, but there's a lot of people are saying that it could be her,
Okay.
because
That
I
would
don't
make
think we see her
sense.
die.
Yeah.
And
And like she's so significant in that clan.
yeah,
It's like she didn't just come out of nowhere.
yeah,
Like she has to have history of like
yeah.
being in charge
Which
and like
the
you know.
the only I think I'm thinking of Gar Saxon. It's Gar Saxon and this other Mandalorian. So the only thing is that they're the Mandalorians that when Maul won the Darksaber, they followed him without question. And Bo-Katan is the one that questioned it, and she's like, well, he's not a Mandalorian.
Yeah,
He
like
can't
who's
lead
this
us,"
guy?
right?
Yeah.
And in this latest episode of The Mandalorian, season 3, episode 1, she tells Mando, go find them, wave around the Darksaber, and they'll follow you without asking questions.
Oh,
So
okay.
here-
Yeah.
So if the armorer was one of Maul's, Mandos, then if she had seen the Darksaber, and she did, she would not be giving Mando so much shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if she knew what the Darksaber was,
Yeah.
which she does, but I don't know. I feel like she doesn't really care. That it's like, okay, cool, you have the Darksaber.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo.
The Mandalorians have all these rules, and then half the time they don't follow them. So it's getting kind of.
Kinda like
It's hard.
Catholics.
Yeah. It's getting hard to keep up with
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
all these exceptions.
I mean, I'm not looking too much into it. I'm just saying, like.
No, I'm just saying it's like that. Each group has their own rules, but then each group doesn't even follow half the rules that they set. So it's just like it's a lot.
Yeah.
It changes every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
This deal gets worse all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah. So all I'm saying is, I like the idea that she could be one of Maul's Mandos.
Yeah.
But
cool.
I feel like if she was, the moment she saw Din with the Darksaber, she would have been like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Sir Mandalore. I
think
didn't
it's
mean to
kind
talk
of
shit."
Like, not like a poker face, but kind of just like
Maybe
she doesn't want to give away everything that she
Like a
knows.
facade.
You know?
Yeah, maybe. Because also Mando didn't really know about the Darksaber either. He was just like,
Yeah.
"What?"
So why is she gonna be like, oh, you're the most powerful Mandalorian on the planet now,
True.
or in the galaxy.
She
now.
probably wants him to realize on his own what it means to wield the darksaber.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Thanks.
Good observation. What were we talking about?
The like baptism.
Oh
of
yeah. Oh,
the kid.
if you look at the banners too, you see like a lot of like the different clans of Mandalore. There was, I think, the Clan Vizsla
Oh really?
flag, like the insignia.
That's
I think
cool.
someone, I think it was oh my god, Screen Crush.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan. He pointed out that the crest of Jaster Muriel that
Oh.
Boba Fett wears
Yeah.
was one of the crests
Oh.
on the flags,
snap.
which I didn't. It's not confirmed. I mean, I think he confirmed it,
Okay,
but
so
I
that's
just heard about
Boba's people.
it. Yeah, it's Boba's people.
So
Jaster Muriel.
One more time, Boba Fett
Fett's
is a Mandalorian.
All right.
You're welcome.
So Jaster Muriel pretty much adopts Jango Fett as a youngling. As
Which
a
makes
Mandalorian
him
youngling,
a foundling.
Which makes him a foundling, and that is the crest that Boba Fett wears on his
Armor.
armor. Yeah. I don't know why. I'm having so many brain farts today.
Big-witted words.
I think there's just a lot of information that I'm trying to like.
We're very
file
overstimulated right now with all this new
Dude,
Star Wars.
There was way too much, but I'm not complaining. as you guys are still here and with me, I promise you we'll get through this. But yeah, so that's cool. There were I want to take a moment to like dissect that scene.
Yeah.
When we have a moment.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's a lot of like Easter eggs in there.
Pause it every 2 seconds.
So, but yeah, that was really cool to see, like pretty much like a baptism of a new Mandalorian coming of age, getting his armor, taking the oath. That was really awesome to see. And then immediately this fucking giant monster comes out of the water.
All hell breaks loose.
All hell breaks loose. And again, to further strengthen our theory of Mando facing a mythosaur, he swoops in and in one shot kills this thing.
Like, pop.
Given in his ship,
Yeah.
but still.
Yeah.
It was like 50. Oh, and we were talking about this when we were watching the scene. As soon as all the Mandalorians start like fighting this thing, immediately I pictured like the stories of how they fight and used to kill the mythosaurs.
Yeah.
That's exactly how they would do it.
Like they were all not, the word isn't ready, but like they weren't giving commands. They weren't like, oh,
No. They
form
like knew
up.
what to do.
Yeah, they just knew. They're like, first we do this,
This is in our
then we do
blood.
this, then we do this, then we do this. And if that doesn't work,
When we die.
pray to God.
Or we run into the cave that we were just...
yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like they were shouting on the beach, like, oh,
No,
do
no,
this,
no.
do that. Like, they knew. Like, it's just something that they all know. In order to survive, they
Yeah.
need to know
They
how
saw
to do
the
this.
gator and they're like, crikey.
Oh my God.
That's a big one, isn't it?
Oh my God.
I'm going to touch it.
They're not all bad.
They're not all bad. They don't attack people.
Yeah.
And I thought I had someone try to tell me that like alligators don't attack people. I'm like, I'm sure if you put your hand in there,
Have you heard of the
Do you know how many
death
children
roll?
they eat every year?
Oh my God.
a lot.
A
Like
lot.
like a 20-piece meal.
Like, oh my God. Yeah,
Um,
what? Sir, you don't know what you're talking about.
The death roll?
Yeah. Dude,
That
it death rolled.
was
It death rolled.
insane.
That was really cool.
He's like, oh, you're going to tie me up? Okay, let's go swimming.
Yeah. That was really cool. That whole scene was awesome. And then the armor just like runs in with a hammer
Yeah, I was like, wait,
to like
Bestie,
save
what are you
that
going to
one.
do with that hammer?
She fucking killed it. Like not
Yeah.
killed the creature, but she like
Yeah.
she ran in there. It was like coming down on her, and she went bah, and she like grabbed the
in the water.
Mando
The guy
that
was
like,
drowning in his helmet.
She's a badass. She's
so
an
cool.
absolute badass. I can't wait to see more of her. So Mando comes, talks to her, and she's like, you're not one of us. Get out of here.
They're so ungrateful. Like,
Yeah.
Mando has helped so many people so many times, and they're always like,
Yep.
you can't sit with us.
Yeah. Actually, I can't sit anywhere. Anyway.
Stop.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. They talk, and he's like, "Hey, Mandalore is, up for grabs, and you said that I can redeem myself by going to Mandalore and bathing in the waters."
And then she was like, play the audio a lot.
Oh,
I lied.
Pretty much. It's
Yeah,
like,
so
those minds don't exist. 'Cause, like,
Yeah.
she's like, "Well, they don't exist." So
I love the idea of like an impossible task, because that's like the hero's journey.
Yeah.
Like textbook hero's journey is
yeah,
the impossible. It's like, well, if you can do this, then you can have the whole kingdom.
and
And then you're like, well, guess what? I did it. So give me the keys, you know?
kind of like the Empire being impossible to take down, and
Exactly.
Luke, some farm boy,
Some nobody from
some
nowhere.
nobody from nowhere.
Makes a one in a gajillion shot. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
We love an underdog.
we love an underdog. With an original story. Anyway,
Back to Mando.
back to Mando.
This message was endorsed by punchitchewiepodcast.
I keep losing myself. So yeah, she sends him off, and he's like, "Well, if you can do it,
Be my
then
guest.
Be my guest. Good for you." And he immediately goes and
I don't know the name of the city.
Navarro,
Oh, never. Oh, no.
the planet Navarro.
Yeah.
So he goes to Navarro, meets up with Grief,
Apollo Creed.
Apollo
Apollo
Creed. I want you.
You should make like memes.
Yeah.
Like, collab.
So always good seeing him. And all right, we also have not talked about that. John on the Sky Talkers podcast confirms that Grogu was with Luke for 2 years.
Yeah, that was like
that is a big change in the way we see
in the
this
timeline.
entire
Yeah.
timeline.
Yeah.
And not only that, him and Mando have been traveling together for like 3 years now.
Like-
at the start of season 3,
Yeah.
since he got him back from Luke. So that's a big deal.
Yeah,
That's a long time.
That changes a lot.
And let me just say,
of things.
let me just say this. One of my biggest issues with, and it has nothing to do with the sequels as movies, but the planning of them
Yeah.
is when we look at the original trilogy and even the prequel trilogy, there is time in between each movie. Mm-hmm. At least a couple of years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what's so cool about leaving time like that, like windows of time, is that it can be explored further down the line
Exactly.
in comic books, in novels, in video games, in an entire show about the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And that is what, 2 years? It's
Yeah.
it's episode 2, then 2 years later, episode 3.
We got 7 seasons of a show and a miniseries
Yeah.
and a movie
Yeah, with 2 years
with
of
2
time.
Damn.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So look, just think, just
and comics and games and blah,
and
blah,
comics
blah.
and games and,
Books. Blah, blah,
and books
blah, blah, blah.
and side stories like Bad Batch and fucking,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? So like, and there's still so much that we haven't explored in that era of the Clone Wars, but obviously everyone's like, oh, let's do something else now. But if you gave me fucking 10 more seasons of the Clone Wars, I would be here for it.
Yeah.
We
Or-
would be eternally grateful.
Exactly. But yeah, so that's one of my biggest gripes is like, again, the timeline and the era that the sequels take place in, it has so much potential and so much to explore and so many new things to learn about.
Yeah.
But when
Character
when
development.
the first two movies overlap with each other, you just got rid of a huge opportunity
Yeah.
where we can't explore books and comics and games and any other sort of media in between episodes 7 and 8. We can't. It's impossible.
And what's crazy is like some of the best stories in Star Wars came out of the content that came between episode 5 and episode 6.
Exactly.
Like
exactly.
Han is in Carbonite.
Yeah.
And there's still all these incredible stories.
Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah.
Shadows of the Empire alone.
Yeah.
Alone, and not including anything else. Shadows of the Empire, incredible series that pretty much follows the events of the original, like Luke, Luke, Leia, Chewie, Lando, and not just them, but Boba Fett and the bounty hunters. And pretty much everything that happens between Boba Fett taking Han from Cloud City to Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
And that's just Legends. Canon just did it again with War of the Bounty Hunters.
Exactly.
And it was a huge comic book event. All of the comic series like Star Wars, Dr. Aphra, Bounty Hunters. There was another one, I think. Oh, Darth Vader.
Yeah.
They all crossed over. It was all about fucking Crimson Dawn comes back here as part of the story. And then they did the War of the Bounty Hunters series, which was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yeah.
But it wouldn't be possible if 6 happened 5 minutes after 5.
Or overlaps by 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Or however long it was that 8 overlaps with 7. So it's like, yes, like, as you know, I'm not saying anything about the movies themselves. I'm just talking about
the importance
the
of
planning,
exactly,
the timeline. Yeah, it's
exactly.
really important.
So now with Mando, it's they're doing it the right way. Is what I'm trying to say. They're doing it the right way, where they're like, we got to let things breathe. Mm-hmm. There's got to be some time jumps, some pockets of time that we don't necessarily explore, because they don't have to tell us what happens every minute and every second back to back and what happens.
It adds so much to the reunion of Mando and Grogu, because they've been apart way longer.
Yeah.
And then it adds to Yoda's growth. Grogu's growth.
Could be the same person. We'll
his clone. Grogu's growth as a Jedi. Like, it wasn't 2 weeks of training, it was 2 years of training, which makes a huge difference.
Well, people thought it was like a couple of days.
Yeah.
People were like, he was there for like 2 days.
Exactly. And then with Boba, like, taking over Tatooine.
Yeah.
Like,
it took time.
It took time,
obviously.
So the only thing I'll say is I wish that was made clear to the audience at the beginning, but I'm not going to complain that it just added so much more significance to the stories we're getting and leaves room to continue those stories.
Yes. But here's the thing. Here's the only thing I'll say about that is that I don't think they need to tell us everything. They don't need to like spoon feed us like, oh, well,
don't get mad
just so you don't get upset that we need to tell you this information. No, like
let the story happen how it's supposed to happen.
Let it happen. It's not your story. You're here to digest. You're here to enjoy crazy idea. And like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I feel like unfortunately a lot of people are used to the most recent Star Wars being not very well planned out, and it just like kind of going with the flow. But we need to get in the habit of understanding that this era of Star Wars,
there is a plan.
There is a plan.
Yeah.
There is. It's fleshed out. It's written. There's a plan. And even though it may not seem like, even though it's like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Well, it's not done.
Yeah.
It's not done. Just wait for it. And that's just all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
But my God, it completely changes everything having those time jumps, because now who knows, maybe we get a 5-issue miniseries of Grogu training with Luke.
I want an animated series.
Or an animated series. Who cares? Like, I want either.
Yeah.
Either.
It doesn't have to be like the Clone Wars, but like kind of Visions, like that kind of vibe of just like, maybe 5 or 6 episodes.
Yeah,
Like it can be cute. It doesn't have to be like for adults or whatever. It's Grogu, but like give us some more Luke.
Yeah.
It's Star Wars. Give us more Luke.
I think even if we don't get that, I think we'll definitely get more Luke at some point.
Like comics.
You know, well, with the Ahsoka series, I don't see.
Yeah, he's involved.
I don't see that show not having Luke in it.
If Thrawn is the bad guy, then Luke
if the Imperial
is involved.
remnants are back.
Yeah.
And Thrawn is the bad guy, and he has Ezra, and there's a threat, then Luke is in it.
And even
sure.
Leia could be in it because she's the head of the New Republic.
Leia could totally be in it. Han could be in it.
Dude,
they could all be in
I'm
it.
gonna cry.
Not all together, but any one of them could be in it. Any one of them could be in Mando season 3.
Yeah. Apparently there's confirmation from, I believe, John. He said that there is going to be a cameo this season that is equal to Luke Skywalker in episode 2.
If it's Darth Vader, I will throw up. But I think
record that.
I think it could be Han.
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying.
The Millennium Falcon
that's
just
what everyone's
swoop
saying.
in and like fuck shit up.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna do the what is it called? They use AI.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know if you saw the trailer for what.
Actor? Or do you think they're gonna use this?
No, because that's the young version of him.
They
Harrison.
They're
Ford.
already using that like newest version of like the deep fake for Harrison Ford for the new Indiana Jones movie.
And it looks amazing.
And it looks incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
So it is so possible that we could get that. And it doesn't have to be a huge thing, but literally just like Han. Of course Han's going to be involved. He's part of the New Republic. He's married to the person that's in charge of the New Republic. He's best friends with the Jedi that has the new Jedi Order. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
It's not fan service. It's
gonna be
the
awesome
characters that should be there.
Hear, like snarky remarks about characters, like these new characters. Imagine like banter.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Except my first rodeo kid.
What's crazy is Boba Fett is in the show.
Yeah.
So if we get a Han and Boba like reunion, and Han is the reason that he gets swallowed by the Sarlacc.
Dude.
Yeah.
That reunion in the EU is very
and like
satisfactory.
what else could be as big as Luke Skywalker coming in, being a badass Jedi and saving the day?
Chewie?
Besides Han and Chewie and the Falcon having a super awkward moment with Boba Fett.
Yeah. We're going to see the Millennium Falcon for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited.
Like how we saw the X-Wing.
Yeah.
It's like, great, an X-Wing.
Yeah.
It's like, no, bitch, that's fucking Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
We knew immediately, just for the record.
Yeah. We knew. We were like, is that...
Yeah. No,
hyperventilating.
We watched the episode again last night. I cried just as hard.
Yeah, it's just beautiful.
Yeah. But I think there's a very big possibility that we could see Han.
Right.
Very big possibility.
I'm excited.
Maybe not see him.
But like
you know it's the Falcon Han. And you hear him.
Yeah.
Like he talks through like the intercom.
Yeah. Like, need some help?
Yeah.
And you're like, is that? And it is.
Yeah.
You both are gonna be a mess.
Yeah. We're gonna record for sure. Like probably the last 2 episodes we'll probably record our reaction. Our reactions always do really well.
They do. I mean, we should honestly be recording our reaction to
all of them.
Every episode, because we don't know what the hell could happen. Yeah, we have no idea what could happen.
Yeah.
All right, back to Mando. So we figured out what's going on with Cara Dune. She was recruited by Special Forces,
which she was hesitant to, but I guess she gave in.
Yeah, but honestly, it makes sense. I didn't think they were just gonna be like. Stretch. No, it's not a stretch. I didn't think they were gonna be like, oh, she died.
There was an accident.
Like everyone wanted that, but I'm like,
you can't
blame
ruin
the character.
Story.
You can't ruin the story because you don't like the person.
Yeah.
Sound familiar? It's like, think whatever you want about the person or the character,
but don't like let it.
But the
ruin
character is good. The
story,
character is good, and we just rewatched season 2. Fucking Cara Dune is an awesome character.
Yeah.
And she kicks ass. She's a big part of the finale, a big part of why things happen the way they happen. So
She's
I'm
a survivor of Alderaan, which is like a really interesting perspective.
Very interesting perspective. Really awesome. Like that moment where the Imperials like has the Dr. Pershing a gunpoint, and he's like, "Yeah, I was there. I was on the Death Star. I saw what happened."
Like,
and he was like, "Do you know how many people died on the Death Star?" That moment, he should have gotten shot.
Yeah.
She waited too long to shoot.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why.
As soon as he was like, "Do you know how many people died on the Death Star?" She, bah!
Yeah.
You know how many people died on Alderaan, asshole?
Yeah. In the galaxy.
In the galaxy.
Because of you.
But yeah. So all I'm saying is the character of Cara Dune, awesome character. So I'm glad they didn't ruin it. Like they didn't ruin her character because of someone else's choices or whatever. And it makes sense. I'm glad it makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm glad
it's
it's not just like a bullshit.
Like she went on vacation.
Oh yeah, she was swallowed by a Sarlacc. I don't know. Something.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And then we know that Gideon is like being tried for his crimes against the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we'll see him come back? Or because he was so closely tied to Cara Dune's character, maybe they kind of want to leave it alone. Well, no, he's in the show, right? Or like,
I think
Giancarlo wasn't he?
I think what could happen is, because I'm not exactly sure what they say, but they allude to Gideon being at the center of the destruction of Mandalore. Like he's like a big.
Oh yeah, he was there. Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
So he is a war criminal.
Yeah.
And the way the Mandalorians are, I could see them trying to publicly execute him on Mandalore or near Mandalore or whatever. Cool. And then maybe that is where Thrawn comes in and like kind of stops it, or like or someone, another big bad. Because like I think there's more to Gideon's story than him just being the guy that wanted Grogu and had the Darksaber and then doesn't.
In season 2, he is telling Mando that Grogu is the key to restoring order in the galaxy.
Yeah.
Order translates to Palpatine.
Yeah.
Right? So he definitely has knowledge that not everyone else in the Imperial remnants has.
Exactly.
As to what is going on with Palpatine and the whole plan to bring him back.
Yeah. So if Palpatine wants someone alive, they're gonna get freed or whatever,
rescued,
right?
Or they're just gonna go and kill him because he knows too much, and
that's also possible.
Because that's more Imperial.
I just have a feeling that there's more to his story.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's just gonna be like, oh well, you did this, now we're gonna kill you, bah, and that's it.
No, I don't.
Maybe,
I don't think he's being
know.
executed. I think he's. Well, they said he was like at a tribunal or something like that, right?
I don't remember.
I don't either. Okay. But like he's being tried for his crimes.
Okay.
That's pretty much what it is. But he either escapes or something crazy. Like, but I don't know. It seemed a little weird that I don't think we got enough context to kind of make an informed deep dive about it. Because as of right now, he's in custody. Okay. And unless he's broken out or he escapes and somehow finds a way off planet, then he's gonna stay there.
Okay.
I mean? He's like in Alcatraz.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad they touched on it immediately.
Yeah.
Like
we gotta give them some kind of answer.
Exactly. Yeah. And then so yeah, Mando is just like, I need help. I need IG-11 back.
That was wild. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
And he was like,
he's the only droid I trust.
Like dragging himself and shit.
Yeah, like Terminator.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like
that was pretty scary.
That was
pretty freaky.
That was. I didn't like that.
Protocol droid saving the day.
Yeah, just like.
I love that like rose gold like 3PO.
Bro,
That was
not
sick.
just that,
I would have a
but-
rose gold
but
3PO.
Grief's fucking little like bitch droids
Yeah.
holding his cape.
Oh
That
yeah.
was so funny.
The unicycle.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God.
unnecessary, but he's like, well, I have all this money.
He's bougie. He's
Yeah.
bougie. That would be Apollo Creed in Star
Yeah.
Wars.
So dramatic. Entering the ring with his little
Yeah.
droid bitches.
Literally. Oh my God, space pirates.
Yeah.
Star Wars
Yes.
pirates.
Can we talk about that?
Bruh, they're like, it's a school. I'll go fuck.
I don't give a fuck. Give me
I
some
wanna drink.
whiskey.
Them kids.
Give me some rum. Okay. You guys know this about me, but the listeners don't really know that one of my favorite things of all time are pirates.
Yeah.
So arg. I fucking love pirates. I've always been super into that shit. Like one of my favorite books is Treasure Island. My favorite movie, same thing.
We're gonna need a
It's
bigger boat.
Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger boat.
Oh my God.
Not only that, but like my favorite Disney movie is Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, there's a theme.
There's
Your
a
favorite
theme.
ride at Disneyland is
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, my favorite ride is Pirates of
Okay.
the Caribbean. I fucking love pirates. I've always loved pirates.
Big fan.
And not only that, this is a Punch It Chewie Punch It Chewie podcast exclusive.
Ooh.
Bella and I have been writing a novel.
What?
We've been writing a novel, super low key. Like
Yeah.
I'm doing it because I think we could make a really cool story, and hey, if Del Rey is interested, then they can publish it.
Hit us up.
Just putting that out there. But I've been writing. It's like pirates in Star Wars. It's a story about pirates in Star Wars. So I don't really want to go too in depth, but I've done a lot of like the concept art of the crew of their ship, and
Like what
pretty
they
much,
look like.
Yeah.
You said you didn't want to deep dive, but too bad. I'm asking questions.
Okay.
Are you gonna? Is it gonna be more like a EU type thing? You're gonna branch
No,
off, or you're gonna try and?
I'm
Make it
making
canon.
I'm making it so that it would fit perfectly with canon.
Okay.
I'm bringing in, I'm connecting it to a lot of things so that yes, it makes sense. It falls into the storyline exactly where
Are
it
you gonna
can.
tie it to any known characters, or never, just so it could be ambiguous and? add
What
it
era
anywhere?
is it?
It's right after episode 3,
Okay.
like maybe
Ooh.
3 to 5 years after episode 3. So this is
Okay.
during the dark times.
That's right, yeah.
So Vanilla Vader.
I don't know about vanilla.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's powerful as fuck. But it's like, you know, if it's right after.
Well, this is
Baby Vader.
right in his prime.
Oh, I guess.
This era is his prime.
I guess,
Yeah.
Damn.
But I'm not really bringing in Vader.
Yeah.
This is kind of
This is
more
more
like,
like a-
the
Adventures and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
this is
Like
like
Indiana Jones
a
vibes,
classic pirate.
Wonder and
I want the feel to be like a classic pirate adventure, to like capture those perfect elements of what pirates are
Yeah.
in reality, because and not just in both reality and in pop culture.
Yeah,
Right,
okay.
because a lot of the times we see pirates in pop culture as they were these evil, and yes, a lot of them were like these evil, like horrible people. But in reality, pirates were kind of the beginning of the American Revolution.
yeah.
They 100% were the beginning of the American Revolution. That they don't get credit for that.
They were
Because-
once British soldiers.
Yeah.
And then once the British didn't need them anymore, they were like, well, you're on your own.
Yeah, they worked for the British government.
So they're-
kingdom.
Yeah.
And they're
They're cast aside. They weren't given like any way to live after it.
Exactly.
So then those soldiers
Kinda
were like,
the clones.
well, exact. That's the point.
That's the point.
That's the point.
I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah.
And someone steals my idea. But yeah, I've been working more on the, like, harder on the concept art than I have like the story. I have the story. Like
Yeah.
I've already written like the basic synopsis and like the storyline.
Yeah.
And
But the aesthetic is like the most
the
fun.
aesthetic is the most fun, and, the
And
most
you're an
important part.
artist,
and I'm
so,
an
like,
artist, so I need
yeah.
to visualize it.
Yeah.
but I'm super super excited about it. It's like I've never tried to write a book, you know, but I mean, not like how hard can it be? That's not what I'm saying at all. Obviously, like that, it takes an immense talent and like dedication and time and discipline to sit down and write a fucking novel, you know? Yeah. But it's definitely something that I've been working on where it's like a passion project.
Yeah.
That
it's like you want to see it, so you're writing it.
Exactly, because it's two things that I love. And I think that it would work perfectly. So Del Rey, hit me up. I'm joking. Not, but yes.
No, but yes.
But no. The reason I'm bringing it up is because we see pirates in Star Wars, like the leader's name is Vane.
Yeah, so it's literally
immediately. If you don't know pirates,
Island.
Charles Vane, he was an actual pirate in history, who was known to be like one of the most like
cutthroat,
sadistic guys to ever like sail the seven seas. You know.
Oh,
cool. Hello. Just pulled out my earbuds. But yeah, he was like in real life. He was like known to be.
He's a legend.
Off his rockers, right?
Yeah.
But he's like a legendary pirate. He's also in like he's been used in a lot of pop culture pirate stories, because he was so renowned. He's like up there with, you know, like Blackbeard, Jack Rackham, you know, like those types of names, those types of pirates. So immediately you know where they're pulling their influence.
Yeah.
That they're like, yes.
As soon as he said Vane, we were like, what?
Yeah. And you can see that he has a sword. He has like a cutlass. Like, oh my god,
Their
it's
clothes
perfect.
were so
It's
cool.
literally the aesthetic that I've been like kind of pulling from. I've been pulling a lot of like actual pirate clothing and garb and mixing it with Star Wars, and like it didn't come out like what I've been doing. It did not come out exactly how they just showed it.
Yours is more pirate. Theirs is more Star Wars.
Yeah. But mine is also not refined. It's all concept art.
Yeah.
Concept art. But, you know, I want mine to kind of fall in with canon, right? To fit so that in case anyone ever does take an interest in my book and they like it and they think it can be published, then there we go. It falls in with canon and everything. So once I start refining the designs and actually making the artwork of what they actually look like and stuff, like I'm going to be pulling a lot from sources like this new episode and like the Pirate King that they all answered to. And like,
he looked awesome, by the way.
He was
he
so
did
cool.
look awesome. He looked
like
really cool.
Davy Jones.
Their ship was awesome. It looked just like the Eclipse. Obviously, completely different ship, but the shape of it. So
the inspiration. So I'm not attacked like I was last time.
Oh my god! No, but you said it's the Eclipse. But it was awesome. I was literally living my best nerd life last night.
Yeah, it was such a cool combo.
So freaking cool.
We got Star Wars pirates in Mando, and then we got Star Wars kaiju in Bad Batch. So like literally Arakel's 3 favorite things.
Yeah. He's the
happy nerd.
Yep, that's what's up. I am being fan served right now.
You are being fan served.
But yeah, not only that, we saw a quick glimpse of a pack of Purrgil.
Oh yeah,
in hyperspace.
So
that was awesome,
Freak, right?
Huh?
Babu Freak was that species? Or...
Oh, yeah, we see the little Babu Freak guys. I don't know what the name of their species is.
Yeah, neither.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Babu Freak.
They know what's up.
Yeah.
They know who Babu is. Hey.
Yeah.
Little Grogu
hugs
one of them.
Oh my god, he was like trying to hug him.
Chokes out.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was cool. That was a funny scene. Them like trying to fix IG 11, and
that was wild.
And they were like, well, if you get us the part, we can do it. Every part, huh?
What's the mayor's name again?
Grief Karga.
He was interrupting every 3 seconds just to translate. Quote
Yeah.
unquote. They
He
started
said he
speaking
can do it.
They
English.
said they can do it.
Chill out.
He said he needs the part.
Yeah, I love it. I love him. I love
That was funny.
him.
And Mando looked so big.
Yeah,
He was like all scrunched
I love
up.
when they panned out and he's just like
Yeah.
crisscross,
Yeah.
you know, on the floor, and it looks like this giant garage for them.
Yeah.
That
was fun.
Those are the comedic moments in Star Wars that I love, where it's like it's
Yeah.
not a
Super
joke.
subtle,
Yeah.
It's funny
It's
because of the
just
nature
silly,
of it.
yeah.
It's silly.
Yeah.
That was fun. And then
Bo.
Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
We see her in episode 1. I did not think we would see so many of the main characters immediately in the first episode.
And so many planets.
And so many we saw like 5 or 6 different planets in one episode.
That just means that this season's gonna be crazy. Because I
Well-
feel like normally this episode 1 would be like a 2 or 3 episode pacing.
Yeah.
But we got this all in the first episode. So that means like whatever's coming next,
Yeah.
it's gonna be big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing I'm saying that because I don't know how else to say it, but like the good thing is that they saved a lot of budget from Book of Boba, and there was not as much of a budget for Book of Boba because they wanted to put it towards Mando season 3. So again, if you had issues with Book of Boba and like production quality and not enough aliens or whatever it may be, also remember Book of Boba is like a side story to set up season 3.
It's like season 2.5.
It's like season 2.5.
Yeah.
And
Prequel.
Yeah, prequel.
and now because of that, season 3 of The Mandalorian is probably going to be one of the best pieces of Star Wars media we ever get.
I think so too.
Already, they've proven that with the first episode.
Yeah.
It's one of the best episodes of the show. It's one of the best episodes of Star Wars
Yeah.
in one episode. The
Yeah.
first episode.
It's only 30 minutes.
And it was 35 minutes.
Yeah.
35 minutes, which is not a long episode.
And we got a lot
Yeah.
of
A lot of bang for your buck.
Yeah.
It was quality over
We
quantity.
get a value meal.
Exactly. It was
So-
perfection.
It was crazy to see Bo so defeated.
Yes. Like
because
yeah.
before like all the odds were against her, right? But like she was so determined and so like hell-bent on doing things her way and like it
Yeah.
working out how she wanted.
She was all like, "Who
But-
are you? I'm the owner of this house."
Yeah.
Literally. But as soon
vibe.
Who are
as
you?
Din had the rightful claim to the Darksaber,
She gave up.
everything fell apart. No, but everything
No,
fell
yeah.
apart. Everyone stopped listening to her. Everyone gave up on her
Because she lost
plan.
it twice, technically.
Yeah. So she's just like in it. Like she is depressed.
she's
like
going through
she's like yeah, a poor thing. Like
And she's like, "This is why I don't leave the house." That's
Yeah, that's her.
She
She still has like an ego though. Like she's sitting
Yeah.
on the throne, like all like
she's
spread out.
fucking
And,
Bo-Katan,
like,
of course.
yeah.
But
but she's like,
I love that she's in her throne
Oh yeah.
alone.
Legs
Yeah,
up,
like-
chilling, like
who are you ruling?
Yeah.
Like,
Someone was like, "What was she doing?"
yeah, because he like she wasn't expecting him.
Unless she was.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe that isn't the first time they've seen each other.
Maybe she was like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna leave the kid at home,"
Oh
bruh.
my god.
and that's why she was mad.
Now
She
we
said,
know
"You
what
haven't
to
called me
expect.
once since I last saw you."
Oh, yeah.
That's why she was mad, not because of the dark
They
saber.
don't call him Daddy Din for nothing.
Oh,
That's all
my
I'm saying.
God.
Where's the you at? You up? Hole
You up?
there?
You
hole
up? I mean, I don't know. People, they're kind of hinting at them potentially having a romantic
Yeah.
relationship.
There's quite an age difference, I will say.
Everyone's like against it though.
I don't give a fuck.
Like I'm just
I
saying,
know,
like
I'm just saying.
the
A
general
bounty's a bounty.
consensus is,
A win is a win.
oh my
A win
God,
is a
stop.
win.
Okay, but let's be real. Let's explore
Yeah,
this.
Okay. Let's flesh this out.
The only chance Bo has now at any power or any authority is aligning herself with Din. Yeah. Whether that's romantic or business betrayal. Or betrayal or whatever it is. Din is the only, like...
It's her only chance.
Her only chance.
Yeah, because she's not going to kill Din.
She's not going to kill him. And I don't think she's going to beat him. Because I don't think they're going to kill the Mandalorian on the Mandalorian show.
No.
So, I don't know. I feel like there could be a romantic relationship, but not like they're soulmates or they are together forever and ever.
You mean like a transactional...
No, just like I feel like there's something there. I feel like there's something there that they could like.
Yeah. I think
like
so
hook
too.
up.
Yeah, true.
Like Black Cat and Spider-Man type of thing. Like,
kinda, yeah. Like
they're like
they kind of hate each other, but like it's kind of playful.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's more so the mental games and like the I could have you if I wanted you kind of thing. Not like they love each other and they're good for each other. It'd be like a toxic relationship, you know?
We love our toxic relationship.
Yeah, what can I say? But I don't know. I feel like it isn't just like crazy for people to say like it seems like it's kind of going there.
No.
But I also don't see it as like they're not going to be Mr. and Mrs. Mandalore. Like, I mean, they could be, but I don't know. I'm just saying I feel like it could just be kind of like a...
Because, look...
Friends with benefits. I don't know.
Like a... Okay, because she could totally be like his right hand.
Yeah.
And they, with a little something on the side. That could totally happen.
Yeah.
That could totally happen. Who knows? But I would... And it doesn't matter in what capacity, I would love to see them rule together. Because he is the right... he's the right one to lead Mandalore.
Like the face.
But she also has so much to bring to the table.
Like experience.
But I would not trust her with that power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She's good as the muscle.
Like an advice. She could be his advisor.
Yeah, maybe like an advisor.
Or like, how Maul had Almec as the prime, like as the face, as like the prime minister. Like the prime minister is like the highest, but like,
Yeah.
Where it's like he's the king and she's the prime minister. Right?
Do you think Din trusts her? Or do you think he knows?
I think yes and no. I think he trusts her in a way where they've completed jobs together. Like they've done stuff together where she's not... Like she's never given him a reason to trust him, but she's given him reason to be weary.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in her attitude, in like how badly she wants the Darksaber. It's like he knows... Like, I just need to...
He's not stupid.
Like, I should keep my guard up, but I can trust her if I need her help with something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So do you think he would trust her with a position of power, or no? He would know that she'd just kill him in his sleep.
No, I think that it depends on what happens in the season.
Yeah.
Because, obviously, like, as he's walking away and he's like, well, I'm going to go take back Mandalore. If you want to join me, then... join me. I think that got her like, hot and bothered. And she's like, damn, all right.
He's serious.
He's serious.
Like, yeah. He wants the same things I want.
Exactly. So
yeah.
I feel like she was like, I'm done with that shit. But
yeah, I'm over it. I'm totally over it. I don't want to be Mandalore. I don't want to go back to Mandalore. I don't want the Darksaber. I never wanted it. Like, you're like,
yeah,
okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I feel like that kind of like piqued her interest.
She's just being salty,
and she's gonna end up joining him. Like, I think he's gonna show up to Mandalore and be like, what's going on? And then she's gonna follow like right behind him, and be like, I decided to join you. And whatever happens on Mandalore or going forward with whatever this, the big conflict of this season will be, I think that Mando is gonna prove himself to her as like, because right now she has the mindset of, I'm the rightful ruler of Mandalore. No one else deserves it but me. Mm-hmm. But that's not the case.
Yeah.
Right? Din, if anyone deserves it, it's Din, because he's humble.
Yeah.
He
level-headed.
Was level-headed. He
doesn't have biases.
He does not put himself first.
Yeah.
one of the biggest reasons she wants to bring back Mandalore is because she wants to rule.
She's power hungry.
Yeah, she's power hungry.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's about,
restoring the culture and civilization.
Exactly,
But it's also she wants to be in charge of the culture and civilization.
Exactly. And,
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't that way, then she would be with her Mandalorians no matter what. If it was about the people, it wouldn't matter if they see
Who's
her
in
as a leader or
charge,
not.
yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's about the movement, about
No, this is ego.
No, it's ego.
Yeah.
Mando, yes, it's like he has the mission of reclaiming his honor, but that in and of itself, it's about honor.
Yeah.
It's an honorable, a noble quest. Is reclaiming his honor as a Mandalorian in the eyes of his people, because he feels like he betrayed them.
Yeah.
Like he failed them.
It's a personal thing.
It's a personal
like, because
thing.
he could be like, oh, whatever, I don't care, right?
Yeah.
And like even Grief Karga's like
It's like, you could
who
just stay
cares?
here.
Take your
Who
helmet
fuck
off.
'em?
You can live here.
Yeah.
You can have
It's like,
like
no.
a little piece of land. You can raise a child. Like everything you say you want is right here.
Exactly.
But Din has to do this for himself.
Exactly. He does.
Yeah.
But also, he's not just like, oh, I'm gonna go sneak in to the mines and bathe in the waters under Mandalore. He's not doing that. He's going, well, I gotta go to Mandalore anyway. Might as well take back our homeworld.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it's not like he doesn't need to do that.
Yeah.
But he's like,
Side
well,
quest.
yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm going anyway.
Yeah.
Then let's do this.
Let's see what's up.
You know, I have the Darksaber. I got rid of Gideon. There's proof. There's evidence that the planet is
Isn't
still habitable.
poisoned, yeah.
That is not poisoned. Don't you want to see for yourself? It's our home.
Yeah, she wants Mandalore so bad,
Exactly.
and then it's like, okay, well, here's Mandalore, and she's like, eh.
Exactly. So,
It's like,
so
wait,
he is showing more initiative
yeah,
as a cultist in her
Yeah.
eyes than her the purist. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that he's going to end up proving himself not just to Bo-Katan, but to all of Mandalore,
yeah,
all of the Mandalorians, and proving
I
that
agree.
he is the one that should lead, who should be Mandalore. And even if
Yeah.
he's like, I don't want to be, they'll be like, all of them will be like, well, you fucking get to be.
and yeah, and that's such like an integral part of most heroes' journeys, especially like superheroes, is it's just a regular person.
It's just, yeah.
It's just
There goes my
literally.
hero.
It's just a regular person, and they are given this gift of the superpower that they see as a punishment, right? They're like,
Yeah, why me?
Why me? Like, I don't
Spider-Man.
want this.
Literally Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. Spider-Man. I don't want this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not an example.
I'm just a kid from
I'm just trying to
Queens.
survive high school. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
I got my own problems.
exactly, and that often makes the best story because the hero grows into the person they're meant to be.
Yeah.
And they're humble. They're not, I'm a god. I have these
Yeah.
powers
Yeah.
now. I can do whatever I want. It's like, with great power comes great responsibility. You
Well,
have to know what you have and how important it is to do the right thing, because if you don't,
Who will?
who will?
Well, that's not just the story of Spider-Man, but one that is completely overlooked 100% of the time, I would say, is Superman.
Yeah.
And he gets
Yeah.
so much shit because
Yeah.
people are like, oh, well, he's invincible. Why do I want to read about that?
Like, he's not relatable.
You're missing the entire point.
Yeah.
He's a god on Earth. He doesn't even need to touch the ground we have to walk on every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could, in the snap of a
Like,
finger,
you are all my slaves.
Yeah.
go, yep,
yeah,
you're all my slaves.
Yeah.
And
Build
I
me a
I
shrine.
could blink and you all die.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do that. He says, I have the power to use my gifts for good. For the good of the people that I care about. The
Yeah.
planet that is my home. The planet that has given
I
me...
just noticed like a reverse Luke is like, I'm a farm boy. It's like
Yeah.
all being farm boy. And then
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Luke is like farm boy. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Opposite Luke.
exactly. And it's like people give Superman so much shit, but it's like no. What makes him a hero are his actions.
Yeah.
That's what makes him a hero. Is
Yeah.
he didn't choose. You also forget his entire planet and everyone he knows, everyone who he's related to, are dead.
Yeah.
Except for his cousin that comes later, and she's
Yeah.
also a super girl. But anyway, besides that,
Yeah.
and his dog.
He has every
Besides
reason to be
that-
bitter. He
Yeah,
has
exactly.
every reason to want revenge or like
he
just
could
be
easily be like a victim and like
Yeah.
and just like, oh well, fuck this place.
Why should I help
Like,
people?
why should
They
I
never
help
helped
people?
me.
No one's ever helped. Exactly.
Yeah. No.
No. He chooses. He says, I have these abilities, these powers. Yes, because of how I am, and maybe I'm not human, and maybe I'm not from this planet,
Yeah.
but that doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
I was raised by wonderful people that are from this planet.
Yeah.
Two of like the picture perfect,
The
like most
sweetest
sweetest
little- yeah.
humans that could ever exist. And thank God that they were the ones that found Superman.
Yeah. Oh
You know
my
what
god.
I mean?
It could have been
It
so
could've
bad.
been so bad. But
Look at his baby.
but even if
What are
they
we gonna
did the
do with
best they could have done, he could have still just been like, fuck him.
Yeah.
You know?
Pretty much.
As
Yeah.
soon as he learned that he could fly and shoot lasers out of his eyes.
You can't tell me what to do. You're not my dad.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
but yeah, and enough about Superman, but you guys get the point.
Yeah.
Um
Din is growing into
exactly.
Mandalore.
He is Mandalore.
Yeah.
He doesn't know it yet.
Yeah. Everyone knows
Everyone knows
except him.
except him.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be awesome.
It's going to be
It's
awesome.
going to be a
It's going to be
beautiful
Prediction
journey.
for next episode.
prediction for next episode. Well, I don't see us not going to Mandalore next episode. I think we're going to jump right in
Yeah.
because he went from Bo, he was like, "Okay, I'm going to Mandalore." And he
But
left.
he won't go until he gets the droid fixed. So the second episode.
Oh
might
yeah,
be-
he's trying to get the droid fixed. You're
Yeah.
right. So then maybe
That's
that's what,
famous scrapyard.
maybe we are either going to a scrap one of those scrap planets, or he's gonna go to maybe this is where we see Coruscant because he's trying to find that rare piece.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a lot harder to go digging through trash.
true.
Yeah.
I would, if it were me, I would go to the center of the galaxy, where there's the most likely I could
Trade,
find a
yeah.
shop.
Where they have a Best Buy.
Where they have a Radio Shack, and they have the piece from the IG-11. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we could see Coruscant next episode.
That would be cool. Is that confirmed that we're going to see
Yeah, it was
Coruscant?
I think it was in the trailer. You know.
Okay. I can't remember. There were so many trailers.
Yeah,
Oh,
there were
sorry.
so many trailers and like TV spots.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I think we could definitely see Coruscant.
That'd be cool.
But so either he's gonna go looking for the piece, or he's gonna go looking for the other Mandalorians, like Bo's Mandalorians,
Or both.
or both. It could both happen in the same episode.
That could be,
but I
like,
don't
the
know.
two
I'm
plots,
saying like
yeah.
I don't know which one would happen first.
Oh, yeah. He'd probably finish the droid.
Yeah, because he's not gonna go find the Mandalorians and be like, wait, I gotta fix my droid.
Yeah. They'd be
Yeah.
like, bruh, like, why didn't you?
I have a feeling we're
Take
gonna
care of
see
your
the
own
pirates
shippers.
again, because once he gets the piece,
He's
he's gonna need to return it.
The pirates
And
are gonna
they
be a.
just pissed the pirates off. He just flew away.
Mhm.
So he might come back.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we have your friend hostage or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, here's the thing.
yeah,
Okay,
that's true.
let's piece things together, because in the trailer we see the Mandalorians dropping into Navarro.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right.
So the
yeah.
pirates are gonna overrun Navarro,
Navarro, yeah.
and this
And
is
then the
he's gonna get
Mandalorians.
word of it as soon as he
Fixes
finds
the
the other
droid.
Mandalorians,
Okay.
and he's gonna hear, oh,
We gotta
Navarro's
go take
been
care
overrun
of
by
this.
the
yeah.
pirates because we fucked up their
most of their crew.
most of their crew, and now they retaliated.
And we could see Hondo.
We could see Hondo. Maybe that's who he goes to find the pirate.
Honestly, I could see but I could see all the other pirates showing up and like doing their whole thing, and then Hondo's in the back just like robbing
Stealing their
everyone.
shit?
Yeah, like robbing everyone, throwing it all on their ship, and then
Yeah.
just leaving.
What if Hondo steals the Pirate King's ship?
I would absolutely love that. That would be my favorite Star Wars thing ever. But you know what I mean? That just like everyone else is fighting and he's just taking advantage of the situation.
He's a
and
scavenger.
taking the rum. I'm taking this. I'm taking. Ooh, this coat looks nice on me. Like Greef's he's in Greef's closet, just like. Ooh, like red is my color. Like
I would love that.
Right?
Love that.
Just something silly.
Yeah, I would love to see Hondo, and especially if they're pirates, like, come on, give us Hondo. Come on. I keep doing this, man. Like,
dude,
what the hell?
calm down. You're like,
I'm just
so excited. You're
well. What am I supposed to do?
won't
Not be
stay in.
excited? I think I'm just twirling these more.
twirl it.
Oh my god, I put them on backwards.
Can you believe this guy?
I'm keeping it in.
That's fine. I would love to see Hondo. I think he fits. He could fit.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Even if it's just like a little part.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe he steals all their shit, and then by selling the Pirate King's ship, that's the money he uses to open Hondo or Onaka Transport Solutions.
Big brain.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's smart.
That's all. Just a theory.
But that's actually really smart. Like, and it makes sense.
That makes sense.
Ties things together. I like that. I like that laugh.
We'll see. I would love to see Hondo.
How many episodes are left? I know off topic, but Bad Batch, how many episodes are left?
What episode was the latest one? 11?
10 or 11, and I think there's
16?
16.
So 5.
Yeah.
5 episodes.
Okay.
It's 16 because 8 was halfway.
And then season 3 of Mandalorian, how many
8
episodes?
8 episodes.
Which is not
I
a
believe,
lot.
Yeah.
Damn, so this is gonna wrap up like.
That's why I'm saying every episode is like they're not wasting a second.
No. Because look, there's a lot more episodes in seasons 1 and 2 that some people would consider filler.
But they're not.
Because it's establishing this new show, this new era.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's expanding the universe, right? And giving you a taste of who this character is and what he's about and what he's like, showing off his abilities. But now we're in season 3.
Yeah.
Where you fucking know exactly, you know damn well who.
Like, you know who, you know why, you know what.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now it's like, let's go. Like,
okay, we're taking back Mandalore.
Exactly. So I have high hopes for season 3.
Yeah.
High hopes for season 3.
How did this episode end? I can't remember.
He leaves Bo's palace, and it
That's
just
where it
shows
ended?
her, and then I think the door closes, and then and then
Oh,
credits.
okay.
Credit.
I don't know why I thought there was something after that.
No,
It was late.
it's okay.
Everything is just a blur.
It's just a
Grogu
blurg.
getting that M&M from.
Oh my god,
with
yeah.
the Force, I'm like,
Yeah. I love him.
No baby, he was so cute.
he was-
He had
He was adorable.
so many cute moments in this episode. I mean, he's always cute, but like,
And then he was spitting himself in the chair.
Yeah.
And then when he was like in his little like the droid cockpit of the starfighter, and then he like crawled underneath and like popped up in between Din's
Oh, yeah, I
arms,
didn't
like
know
Din
that.
was asleep, and he just like boop. I was
Yeah.
like, he's so cute,
Let me just say, Din knows how to fly that fucking N1.
dude. He's like,
He knows how to maneuver that shit.
yeah.
He messed up
He
those
picked him
pirates.
off like
Like nothing. The one where he's just like flies behind the asteroid and you just see the explosion.
Like, there's no surprising him. It was so hilarious. The reaction he had, because there's 3 on his ass. And then, glaring red screen on his radar. Like, instead of saying, oh shit, he went, oh, 3 more.
Oh.
Yeah, like
His
unbothered.
reaction was so mellow. It's like,
Well,
Yeah.
even at the
3
beginning,
more.
when he's like, "This is where you see your fuel, and this is where,"
Yeah.
and he's like, "And that is where you see
Yeah,
the
dude,
enemies that are
basically.
around you." Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Let's take a left.
Yeah, literally.
dude.
I was like, this
a
is easy. Like,
DMV instructor.
Yeah.
yeah, and
Not
then
only
he
that-
straps the baby in.
No,
That
no,
was
he
so
didn't. The
cute.
baby just crawled under
Oh, yeah.
and put his like thing
Yeah.
over him.
The bandolier.
The bandolier,
no?
yeah.
We should make
Um,
a pin of that. That'd be cute.
That'd be cute.
Oh, hell yeah.
I want to do like a cockpit series. That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be a good one.
Like through the glass. and-
Yeah. But yeah, and then the scene where they first encounter the pirates. I forgot to mention it. Grief, where he's like, "Oh, like I thought you were like
We got a problem?
the mayor now," and he's like, He's like, you won't do anything. He's like, try me.
Oh yeah, literally try me. And
Try me.
shows
Try
his
me, bitch.
pistol. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Grief is a badass.
Yeah, he's
like,
really cool.
He's a badass.
I really like his character.
I really do too. The moment where he's like trying to sell Mando like a timeshare.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to give it to him actually. Like,
Yeah, I think
he
it
was
was
just
a
like,
gift.
Hey, come on, let's.
Yeah, but it was just funny how he was like,
funny.
got this great property right here on the water. You can like, build a house. You can put a
He wanted him
pool.
as the sheriff of Navarro.
Huh?
But, like he proposed a job.
Oh yeah, as the marshal.
Yeah,
Marshal.
the marshal.
Yeah. But that's the thing though, like, and we were talking about. I don't know if we talked about this in the last episode, but we were just talking about how Reddit was like, is Mando literally just Clint Eastwood? And everyone was like, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he is.
That's like a classic thing with the with like those types of stories of like the lone gunman and like you know that
it's like you should settle down,
the
find a
wanderer, he's like-
woman, and like have a house and
Exactly.
a ranch.
but it's like
that's not what I want.
they bring order and peace to the town that's like out of control, but
Yeah,
once it's all
fixed.
peaceful and fixed,
It's time
it's
to
like-
move on.
Exactly, because they don't fit.
Yeah,
He doesn't fit in there.
yeah.
Because he's like, well, I'm
It's like I'm a criminal.
I'm a
I'm
criminal, so
not
I like it,
like
you
I don't
know?
want a white picket fence. Like I don't know what about me
Exactly.
gives off family man other than my
Exactly.
little frug man. But
But yeah, so
it was so good.
it was amazing.
It, like-
Absolutely amazing.
Completely blew my expectations. Like,
Yeah.
out of the water.
No, yeah, it did. Absolutely awesome. I mean, I think I don't really have much more to say about the episode except it was amazing.
Yeah.
One of the best episodes of Star
Oh,
Wars.
really quick. There was another thing that Bo said that made our mythosaur theory more believable. Because what was it? I can't remember exactly what she said, but she was like,
Yeah.
like sarcastic, like, yeah, go to Mandalore and see what other legends are like full of shit or whatever. Like, see what other
She says something about like magic and or like myths,
myths.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
See what other myths there are or something
like you
like
uncover
that.
Oh,
or
'cause she
something.
Yeah,
said-
yeah, yeah.
'cause She said that the mines were even like fantasy, right?
Exactly. Like, oh, the mines don't even exist. That's just a myth.
Skepticism or
So like, yeah, go to Mandalore and see what other myths like you
Yeah.
find.
Here.
Like a
Oh, yeah, that scene?
I'm just
mythosaur?
gonna pull it up.
Like
Let's
a
see.
mythosaur?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can put it on the screen. but
No.
I'm just gonna.
we're gonna... Okay. Oh, okay. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
fine. I just want to listen to the
Wording.
quote, to the
Yeah.
wording.
You baby.
The baby.
The apostate. The Wayne, 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 Wayne.
Superstition.
Right.
Oh.
Literally right there you put it.
Transgressions.
The children of the Watch and all the factions that came before fractured and shattered our people. Go home. There's nothing left.
I am going to Mandalore, so that I may bathe in the living waters and be forgiven for my transgressions.
You are a fool. There's nothing magic about the mines of Mandalore.
Exactly.
They supplied Beskar ore to our ancestors, and the rest is superstition.
The rest is superstition.
Okay. She also, what she just said, also strengthens our theory of the mythosaur hoarding Beskar.
Exactly.
Because if he finds a mythosaur in those mines,
He would hoard all the
he would-
Beskar.
that's where the fucking Beskar comes from.
Yeah. One plus
let's-
one is two.
Let's hear that again. Let's
One
hear
plus
that
one
again.
is two. That's all I'm saying.
Let's hear that again. One more time. No. It's fucking muted for some reason. Okay.
It's like, they know, turn it off.
Yeah. Shut down the Wi-Fi.
I already pressed play. I
There's
can't
nothing
hear
ma-
it.
So that I may bathe in the living waters and be forgiven for my transgressions.
You are a fool. There's nothing magic about the mines of Mandalore. They supplied Beskar ore to our ancestors, and the rest is superstition.
The rest. What is she referring to?
What else?
What is she referring
what
to?
What else
superstition?
about Mandalore is there? What other superstitions?
You know what you talk about.
Are there?
You know how you talk like that about is when someone's like, I'm gonna go explore the redwoods because I heard Bigfoot lives there.
Yeah.
It's like, you may find redwood trees, but the rest is superstition.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
There aren't. Yeah, exactly.
She's like, what do you think you're gonna find? A mythosaur? Get the fuck out of here.
Literally.
They're extinct. Get out of here.
Literally. Yeah. I'm so excited. If this happens, we are posting a video of us screaming and jumping up and down on our couch. Like
I'll do it.
You guys are not ready.
Yeah.
I really if it doesn't happen, we're writing the fan fiction. Because it should.
It should. I don't know.
First Yaddle,
Oh my God.
then this one.
Oh my God.
You'll never live it down.
I'm never.
No.
Anyway, but yeah, the
Yaddle and tall Yoda Palpatine.
Oh my God. Ew, stop.
Oh, hell no. I can't think straight now. Fuck.
Just melted your brain.
What?
I was trying to. I had something, and
You're welcome.
y'all are gross. Oh, what I was trying to say is, knowing Jon Favreau, like
He would absolutely love
absolutely
that.
bring
Yeah.
a mythosaur to the story.
He brought the crate dragon,
Yeah, which had no business,
which had no business,
but I
But
mean,
he did
I
it.
welcomed it.
and then the
because I loved it.
Rancor,
And the Rancor
and then the Mudhorn.
and the Mudhorn. Well, I mean, yeah.
But like all of these significant creatures,
Yeah, exactly.
like creatures are a huge part of Mandalorian story. Yeah,
So yeah, if anyone would do it, it would be Jon.
yeah,
He would just casually be like, and then Din finds a
right.
mythosaur,
Yeah,
and Grogu tames it, and they ride it home.
right off into the
End.
sunset.
Dun, 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 dun.
Imagine.
Dun, dun, dun. And that's how it ends, and then the fucking concept art and
What
the
if-
credits is like.
Okay, so
mythosaur.
what if like season 3 ends with them like taming the mythosaur, like riding it, like Din's riding it. He has the darksaber. He's got the baby, whatever, strapped to his chest, and then you just see Thrawn's ship like exit hyperspace above Mandalore.
That's 100% how it could end. 100%.
Like we don't even see Thrawn's blue ass face. It's just like it's just a ship, and you know because he has the chimera.
Well, look,
chimera?
if there
It
is an
has like
Imperial-
that thingamabob on it.
If there is an Imperial presence on Mandalore, Thrawn would know about it. And if Mando and the rest of the Mandalorians take back Mandalore, Thrawn would hear about it.
Yeah,
And
it's Thrawn's problem.
yeah. And it could totally, like, his ship comes out of hyperspace and it's just like, oh shit, because it's a big ship, it's the Chimera, it's intimidating. And I don't think it would just be his ship, it would be the entire
Yeah, the fleet. Yeah.
And then it just cuts to like one of those classic shots of the bridge of the Imperial Star Destroyer and facing out the window, and we just see the back of Thrawn's like
Yeah.
his back,
Yeah.
and then like an
And his
Imperial officer
hands,
comes
like,
over,
yeah.
and or it's like this, and he turns around and he's holding an Isal Miri.
Oh my god, I would scream.
I'm way too pumped. I need to calm the
Yeah,
fuck down.
It's just
Down, boy, down.
yeah. We're just nerding out too
Yeah.
hard. But
All right.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to cover?
I think that's it.
There's
There's a lot.
We covered a lot.
I'm
I mean,
sure.
we could
I
keep
want to.
going,
I
but-
want to watch the episode again, the first one again.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll notice more stuff. But
Yeah.
we'll talk about episode 2 and anything else we
Yep.
discover from episode 1 next week.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. Well, I think that's all the time we have, but I do want to go over the new comics that came out today, and we also got some awesome new mail.
Yeah.
So check this out.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? It's Mara Jade.
Yay.
So just got this from Entertainment Earth. Pre-ordered this a while ago when they came out. Forget when they came out. It was like a few months ago.
Yeah, it was a while.
But I had to order this. It's Mara Jade Black Series figure. It's like one of the comic book box edition ones. And the only shitty thing
Out the box.
is there's no
Take
plastic.
it out of the box.
There's no plastic, and you can't see the figure inside of it.
Wow.
But that's a picture of it.
Missed opportunity.
So
How do you even know the figure's in the box?
you don't. I mean, I
Hey,
guess you have
Like,
to.
what if
open
they
it.
just put a rock
It's
in there?
giving me Jedi Survivor vibes because that's what we're gonna do in the game. It's lightsaber and it has blaster game.
Oh yeah. Well.
So.
But yeah. So for you EU fans, check that out. It was
Heck
badass.
yeah.
And
Cool.
if you want to order your own, check out the link below to Entertainment Earth. We have our affiliate link down there, and yeah, it'd be awesome if you used it if you're going to order anything. And I think there's also a discount code on there for orders over, I think, $39. But yeah, they released Mara. They also released a Dr. Afra
Oh yeah,
figure.
that was cool.
I'm not sure if they're still available, especially by the time that this episode comes out. But if they are, I definitely recommend getting one, because I mean, you guys know I love EU. I had to get Mara, and then picked all these up today. So a huge day for Star Wars comics, huge day. So I'll just go through these real quick. I did not read them because there were so many and we had a crazy day today, but. Star Wars number 32 came out today. So they are still stuck in no space. And it's...
Lower it a little bit.
Oh, there?
There.
So there we go. The crew is still stuck in no space, and they're still trying to figure out how to get out. And right now, it looks like it is all up to Luke Skywalker to get them out.
In a jetpack.
Yeah, on a jetpack.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, so we'll see how this goes. We'll see what happens. I'm really excited. So that's Star Wars number 32. And the one I'm really excited for is Han Solo and Chewbacca number 10. This is the last issue
You've really
in this
enjoyed that
series.
series.
I fucking loved this series. It was so good. Absolutely awesome.
It's a cool cover.
Yeah, a really cool cover. I've loved the art. All of the cover A's have been done by Phil Noto, one of my absolute favorite artists right now. Absolutely kills it with every cover he does. So definitely pick this up. I think there's going to be a trade paperback of this series coming soon. Not really exactly sure when, but I did hear that it was coming soon. Great series. If you love Han and Chewie, especially if we might see them this season of Mando, get hyped, read Han Solo and Chewbacca, because it's also kind of setting up what's going on, what's going to come in that new crossover event in the comics that they just announced.
Okay.
And that crossover event has to do with this droid that was pretty much the leader, and like, it's a very dangerous droid. It was like very advanced AI, and he led like the droid revolution.
Oh.
And because he was so dangerous, and like all the droids like followed him, and so, you know, religiously, he was destroyed, and they hid his like memory bank. They like buried it, and that's not what happens in the Han Solo and Chewbacca comics, but it continues that story in a way.
Oh.
It's related. But you don't need to know all of that to read this story, which is cool. It's just a part of the story.
Okay.
All right. Also, Hidden Empire number 4 released today. So this series has been absolutely awesome. I think Vader's completely going to destroy Kira. Like, I think he's going to...
It's kind of how it's been going.
It's kind of how it's been going. Crimson Dawn is not in a good position. I don't know what's gonna happen. I also don't want to say something that spoils it, but it's been really, really good. Vader's pissed. The Emperor's not having it, and Kira has got a really big target on her back.
Yeah.
All right. Aside from that, I guess I'll leave the Dark Horse one for last because the rest are Marvel. Again, I have not caught up with The Blade, but The Blade number 3 is out today. I've been loving the artwork for these. I've heard great things of this series, and if I'm buying them without reading them, is because I know that as soon as I read them, I'm gonna regret not buying them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I am gonna read them. I've caught up with pretty much everything else except this one.
Okay.
And then The Mandalorian Chapter 8 came out
That's cool.
as well. So this is the comic book
Mandalorian
adaptation.
season 4.
So this is the comic book adaptation of season 1. So this is the
That's cool.
8th issue. Wait. Oh yeah. So yeah, this is the last issue. I didn't even realize that. This is the last issue of season 1 adaptation of The Mandalorian. I got my variants, so good thing I did.
Imagine like not watching The Mandalorian, but reading The Mandalorian.
It's really cool. It's a really cool
what I'm
series.
saying? Like if you just like didn't watch the show.
Yeah, well,
You're just like,
I'm sure someone did that.
you're like, I don't really like TV shows. I'm just gonna
Exactly.
read this comic.
No, well, and hey, that's also a really good series for you to jump into if you haven't really like taken that dive into like Star Wars comics.
That's true.
It's like The Mandalorian.
Yeah, you're familiar
Check
with
out
the story.
You know, you're familiar with the story. Check out the comic book adaptation. It's honestly really, really cool seeing it illustrated, and you know, you get different sides to different moments of the show, and you know, a little more in depth. Some things are kind of like dialed back a bit, but some things they do dive into more. And I've really been enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yes, because I'm a comic fan, but also it's The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And then the last one that came out today was Hyperspace Stories number 4. Dark Horse again has been publishing new Star Wars comics, and I'm fucking here for it. They know how to write Star Wars. They know how to do it well. And not only that, look at the back. Like the back of every one of their issues is also like, you know, in theme, is not an ad. Like I love Marvel, but like if you look at the back of every comic, ad. Yes, for another Star Wars comic, but like, you know,
they're all the
cool
same
cover,
ad.
back ad. And then the rest of the ones I just showed you, it's the same ad. So yes, it's cool, but sometimes like I do like the like those attention to details that Dark Horse has, where it's like front cover is obviously what it is, and then like the back cover, it's like more decorative. You know what
more
I mean?
art.
Like it's more art, and I love that. I love that about them. And also they save all of the ads for like the last 8 pages instead of sprinkling the ads throughout the story, and it kind of like takes you out of it. But I mean, that's just me nitpicking.
Yeah. Well, no one likes ads.
Being a nerd.
You nitpicking?
But yeah, again, Hyperspace Stories has been awesome. That's also a really good series for you to jump into if you haven't taken that dive, because each issue is like its own story. It's a side story. It's like its own. It's not like a continuous story. So first issue I think was like with Luke and Leia. First issue was with Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, you guys know we love Chewie, and this issue looks like it takes place between episodes 8 and 9, because Rey is in her episode 8 outfit, which is awesome, and it has something to do with Life Day, just so you get excited.
Oh, cool.
I won't say anything else because this looks like a really good issue. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We had a lot of fun. I hope you're enjoying Mando, because by the time this comes out, episode 2 will be out. Yeah, hope you're enjoying Mando. Hope you're enjoying Bad Batch, and let us know if you start reading the comics or if you have been reading the comics. I love hearing from you guys and what you think. And if there's anything you'd like to send us, any topics or anything you'd like us to cover, or just a meme, go ahead. You can send that to punchitchewiepodcast@gmail.com. And yeah, we'll see you next week. We had a lot of fun today. We hope you did too. And get ready, because there's a lot of amazing Star Wars headed our way.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
I cannot wait to see what happens with Mando. So thank you
Me
again,
neither.
guys, and we will
Thank
see you
you
next week. Bye.
Bye.